University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, it's an Oxbridge fixture tonight between two teams, each with an average age of 19, one representing an ancient college, the other rather more recent. There's a place in the second round for whichever team wins. The losers could also play again if their score warrants it. St Anne's College, Oxford began life in 1879 with the Society of Home Students, formed by a group of benevolent Victorians who believed in the emancipation of women by affordable education. It received its royal charter and became a full college of the university in 1952. Originally single-sex, with propriety maintained through a rule that male visitors had to keep one foot on the floor at all times, it started to admit men in 1979. And among its alumni are the political commentator Polly Toynbee, Bridget Jones's creator Helen Fielding, Edwina Currie and Danny Alexander. Playing on behalf of around 700 students, let's meet the St Anne's team.
Hello, my name is Eve Phillips. I'm from Bristol and I'm reading classics.
Hi, I'm Rachel Duffy from Wyndham in Norfolk and I'm reading PPE.
And their captain.
Hello, I'm Robin McGee. I'm from Cambridge and I'm reading modern history.
Hello, I'm Oliver Moody from the Forest of Dean and I'm reading classics and Arabic.
Now, Pembroke College, Cambridge, was founded in 1347 when Edward III granted the Countess of Pembroke a licence to found an educational establishment, making it the third oldest of the Cambridge colleges. Its gatehouse is the oldest in Cambridge. Its chapel was designed by Christopher Wren, and George Gilbert Scott and Alfred Waterhouse also contributed to its buildings. The team tell us that Pembroke's unofficial song is the Robbie Williams anthem, Angels, but with the word angels replaced by Pembroke. The song promises them a lot of love and affection, whether they're right or wrong, which must be something of a comfort at a time like this. Also playing on behalf of around 700 undergraduates, let's meet the Pembroke team.
Hello, my name is Edward Banks. I'm from Sevenoaks in Kent and I'm reading English.
Hi, I'm Ben Pugh. I'm from North London and I'm reading German and Russian.
And their captain?
Hello, I'm Bibek Mukherjee. I'm from Canterbury in Kent and I'm reading economics.
Hi, I'm Imogen Gold. I'm also from London and I'm reading engineering.
OK, well, we all know the rules, so let's just get on with it. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. What five-letter adjective links in astronomy the constellation of the star Procyon, in cricket a county such as Oxfordshire or Dorset, in public school parlance?
St Anne's Moody.
Minor.
Minor is right, yes. Your bonuses, the first in this contest, are on an artist. Firstly, for 5 points. The 19th century Dutch landscape painter Anton Mauve was married to the cousin of which fellow artist to whom he gave help and instruction early in his career?
Vermeer. 19th century. Is he? 19th century Vermeer. I'll try it. Okay. Vermeer?
No, it's Vincent van Gogh. Now in the Pushkin Museum of Fine Art in Moscow, which painting by Van Gogh sold for 400 francs a few months before his death and is popularly believed to be the only painting he sold during his lifetime?
Oh, yeah, he sold it to his brother, but I can't remember what it was. No. Sunflowers?
No, it's the Red Vineyard. And finally, in 1888, to which town in Provence did Van Gogh escape from his life in Paris in order to set up his so-called Studio of the South?
A. Try it. A?
No, it's Arles. 10 points for this. Albert Hoffmann, who first synthesised LSD, the German filmmaker Leni Riefenstahl, the composer Irving Berlin, the comedian Bob Hope and Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, all achieved what mile...
Pembroke Pugh.
And they reached 100 years of age.
Correct, the centenary, yes. Right, your bonuses, Pembroke, are on multitasking. Which character in Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado holds numerous exalted offices, including Archbishop of Titipu, First Lord of the Treasury and Lord High Everything Else?
The Grand Panjandrum or something? The Great Panjandrum?
Nominate Gold.
The Great Panjandrum?
No, it's Pooh Bah. In his capacity as Lord Chief Justice, Pooh Bah sings the song I Am So Proud. This includes which alliterative three-word phrase now used to describe the way in which a judicial punishment might be experienced?
Short, sharp, shock.
Short, sharp shock.
Correct. Claiming to be ignorant of the character, which Labour politician was, in December 2009, compared to Pooh Bah because of the numerous cabinet roles he held at the time?
Mandelson.
It was Mandelson, yes. 10 points for this. Citing more pressing priorities, such as the conflict in Afghanistan, in December 2009, the Ministry of Defence closed down a specialist unit that for more than 50 years had been investigating reported...
Pembroke Gold.
UFO sightings?
Correct, yes. Your second bonuses are on deaths in the novels of E.M. Forster, Pembroke College. In which novel by Forster did the high number of deaths lead one critic to calculate that there is a 44% mortality rate among the adult characters? An accident in a football game and a fatal encounter with a train are two of the methods he uses to dispatch his characters.
Passage to India?
No, that's The Longest Journey. A stick, very bright, descended. It hurt him, not where it descended, but in the heart. Books fell over him in a shower. Nothing had sense. In which novel does Forster use these words to describe the last moments of Leonard Bast?
Either that or Howard's End, I don't know.
Howard's End.
Correct. Nothing ever happens to me reflects the heroine of which of Forster's novels just minutes before she witnesses a violent death in Florence's Piazza Signoria?
That's A Room with a View, isn't it?
A Room with a View?
Correct. Another starter question. In the 1860s, Alfred Nobel developed dynamite as an industrial explosive by using kieselguhr, a porous sedimentary rock, to soak up and stabilise which hazardous liquid, first made by the Italian
St Anne's Moody.
Glycerin.
No. Pembroke, anybody want to buzz? You may hear. I'm afraid you had to be fined 5 points too. By the Italian Ascanio Sobrero in 1846.
Pembroke Pugh.
Nitroglycerin?
Nitroglycerine, yes. So you get the bonuses, Pembroke College. They're on a British physicist. Which physicist constructed the first X-ray spectrometer in 1913, using it with his son Lawrence to determine crystal structures on the basis that X-rays passing through them are diffracted by the regular array of atoms within the crystal?
Thomson?
No, it was William Henry Bragg. Occurring close to the end of the path followed by particles, the Bragg peak distinguishes the energy loss of which form of radiation during its movement through matter?
Alpha doesn't go through matter. Maybe gamma.
Okay, gamma?
No, it's ionising radiation. In an attributed remark, Bragg observed that physicists use the wave theory on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and which other theory of light for the rest of the week?
Quantum.
You sure not particle?
Well, quantum doesn't particle.
Yeah, I think particle.
Correct. Right, we're going to take a picture round. Your picture starter, you're going to see a diagram of a British cabinet table with the Prime Minister's name missing. 10 points if you can name the Prime Minister from the cabinet.
St Anne's McGee.
Thatcher.
No, anyone want to buzz from Pembroke?
Pembroke Pugh.
Heath.
It is Sir Edward Heath, yes. Right, for your bonuses, diagrams of 3 more historical Conservative cabinet tables. Again, in each case, I want you to name the Prime Minister from the cabinet. Firstly, for 5, the Prime Minister missing here.
So, Baldwin. Yeah? Baldwin?
Stanley Baldwin is right. Secondly,
Maybe Disraeli? I don't know.
No. Okay.
Or was that really? Was that?
Or... Should we get Disraeli? Yeah. Disraeli?
no, that's Lord Liverpool's cabinet. And finally,
Peel?
That's Peel.
Peel.
that is Robert Peel, yes. Another starter question now. Born in Saint-Rémy de Provence in 1503, the physician and astrologer who published Centuries, a collection of predictions in rhymed quatrains, is best known by what Latinised form of his name?
St Anne's Moody.
Nicodemus.
No, anyone want to buzz from Pembroke?
Pembroke Banks.
Nostradamus.
Nostradamus is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on place names, Pembroke. Founded in the 16th century, which port, formerly known as Saigon, was renamed after a Vietnamese communist leader who died in 1969?
Ho Chi Minh City.
Correct. The title of the 17th century politician Anthony Carey was given to which territory, as well as to the sound that separates its 2 main islands, after he financed the ship Welfare, which landed there in 1690?
Might be Long Island. I've heard Long Island Sound.
Okay. Long Island?
No, it's the Falkland Islands. Which ruler of Austria-Hungary gives his name to the Russian archipelago that is the closest land to the North Pole in the Eastern Hemisphere?
Leopold?
No, it's Franz Joseph. 10 points for this. Which two figures, one legendary, the other contemporary, were compared by Carol Ann Duffy in her poem, which includes the lines...
St Anne's Moody.
Achilles and David Beckham.
Correct, yes. Your bonuses, St Anne's, are on anachronisms in Shakespeare. Firstly, for 5 points, in which of Shakespeare's plays does a clock strike and a character comment, "The clock has stricken 3," although striking clocks were a later invention?
Is it Hamlet? Julius Caesar?
Correct. In which of the history plays does the Duke of Gloucester boast that he could set the murderous Machiavel to school, despite Machiavelli not being born until several years later?
Henry VI, Part 3.
Correct, yes. And finally, Troilus and Cressida is set during the Trojan War, so supposedly during the 12th century BC, although Hector quotes which Greek philosopher of the 4th century BC, recounting his opinion that young men are unfit to hear moral philosophy.
Aristotle?
Correct. Another starter question. Quote, he is remembered not only because of the many tragic choices he made and as the subject of Morm's The Moon and Sixpence, but because he directed attention to primitive art as a valid field of aesthetic exploration. These words refer to which post-impressionist, born Paris 1848?
Pembroke Pugh.
Sorry, Matisse?
Anyone want to buzz from St Anne's?
St Anne's Moody.
Gauguin.
Gauguin is right, yes. Your bonuses, St Anne's, are on silver anniversaries of 2011. 2011 marks the 25th anniversary of the Treaty of Canterbury, authorising which project, proposed since the early 19th century, it had been feared by some to lead to the defacing of the countryside and the interruption of English habits of living.
Is it the Channel Tunnel? I think it makes sense. Channel Tunnel. Channel Tunnel?
Correct. 2011 marks the 25th anniversary of the enthronement of which cleric and Nobel Prize winner as the first black South African Anglican Archbishop of Cape Town?
Surely it's Desmond Tutu. Sure. Desmond Tutu?
Correct. 2011 also marks 25 years of which film production company, developing out of a division of Lucasfilms, originally established in 1979. Its output includes the 2008 film Wall-E, described by one critic as the Citizen Kane of animated films.
Pixar.
Correct. Another starter question now. Probably of Algonquian origin and meaning snow shoveler, what Canadian-French name denotes the large deer that belong to the same genus as the reindeer and live in large herds in North America?
Pembroke Mukherjee.
Caribou.
Caribou is correct. Your bonuses are on an element, Pembroke. Which element, obtained by electrolysis of its chloride from seawater, is used in alloys for its lightness and in flashbulbs because of its exothermic reaction with oxygen?
Aluminium or sodium? Yeah. Sodium?
No, it's magnesium. Magnesium is always found combined in nature, mainly as a carbonate in magnesite, and in which other mineral, sharing its name with the European mountain range?
Dolomite.
No.
Dolomite.
OK, dolomite?
Correct. Hydrated magnesium sulfate, which occurs as a mineral in a spring in Surrey, is commonly given what name when it's sold medicinally as a relaxant and a laxative?
Milk of magnesia?
No, it's Epsom salts. We're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of popular music. To get 10 points, all you have to do is to name the band.
Pembroke Pugh.
That's Girls Aloud.
It is. It's a little undignified to be so keen to show that knowledge. Right, following Sound of the Underground, your bonuses are 3 pieces of popular music, all of which have a London Underground station as their title. In each case, I want the name of the station and the line or lines of the Underground on which it lies. Firstly...
Warwick Avenue. Jubilee. Warwick Avenue, Jubilee.
No, I'm sorry, it's on the Bakerloo line. But you got the station right. Secondly, this station and all 3 lines.
Nobody wants to be your friend, 'cause you're not from round here. As if that was something to be proud about. The very king of the Isle of Dogs feels up children in the bones. Stand by when the playing fields.
Yeah, no idea.
That's Mile End by Pulp, of course. It's District, Central and Hammersmith and City lines, apparently. And finally...
Next to the broken.
Probably not supposed to be easy enough.
Any ideas?
Maybe Oxford Circus, do you think?
What are the lines?
Victoria? Oxford Circus? Victoria as well. Those are lines actually probably wouldn't be.
Oxford Circus Central?
No, it's Bell and Sebastian's Mornington Crescent, which is on the Northern Line. Right, 10 points for this. Frances Parthenope Verney, born in 1819 and given her middle name from the Greek name of her birthplace, the city of Naples, was the sister of which...
Pembroke Pew.
And Florence Nightingale.
Correct. Your bonuses are on Holyrood. The Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh contains within its grounds the ruined abbey founded in 1128 by which King of Scotland? According to legend, it commemorates his miraculous survival of a hunting accident during the Feast of the Cross.
Sounds like Malcolm or something.
One of the Jameses.
Malcolm II?
No, it's David I. In 1687, Holyrood Abbey was adapted by King James VII of Scotland to serve as a chapel for which order of chivalry?
Is he the one who founded the garden?
No, that was Edward III, but it's Thistle. But it
Golden
might be.
Fleece.
Was it?
No,
What?
that's
White
right.
Order of the Thistle, what's that?
Order of the Thistle?
Correct. Following the adaptation of the chapel, James VII ordered the building of which church to serve as the parish church of Holyrood House? It's still used by the present monarch during her periods of residence in the city.
Edinburgh. St Margaret's or something. That's just a bit of a guess then.
St Margaret's?
No, it's Canongate Kirk. 10 points for this. Listen carefully. If Mercury, Venus and Earth correspond to hydrogen, helium and lithium, which element corresponds to the planet Mars?
Pembroke Pew.
And beryllium.
Beryllium is correct. Your bonuses, Pembroke, are on novels that have won the Booker Prize. In each case, give the title of the work in which the following are mentioned in the opening lines. First, for 5 points, Red Bananas, Jackfruits, Dissolute Bluebottles, Black Crows, Bright Mangoes and Still Dusk Green Trees.
Maybe the White Tiger?
White Tiger?
No, it's The God of Small Things, Arundhati Roy. Second, a zoology thesis that was a functional analysis of the thyroid gland of the three-toed sloth.
Maybe the Life of Pi? No,
Don't think so. Oh, go for it. Life of Pi?
Correct. And finally, a group picture of the 101 new Tory MPs.
Maybe the most recent one, do you think? And it's called the Finkler question. Maybe. The Finkler.
The Finkler question.
No, it's The Line of Beauty. 10 points for this. The words of which song were first published in September 1814 as a broadside under the title The Defence of Fort McHenry, a poem by Francis Scott Key?
Pembroke Pew.
Stars and Stripes.
No, anyone like to buzz some St Anne's?
St Anne's Moody.
Flowers of Scotland.
No, it's The Star-Spangled Banner. 10 points for this. The names of a city on the French Riviera and of Africa's longest river differ only in their third letter. For 10...
St Anne's Moody.
Nice and the Nile.
Correct. Your bonuses, St Anne's, are on environmental bodies established in 1988 by the United Nations Environment Programme and the World Meteorological Organization. What is the full name of the body usually known by the initials IPCC?
International Panel on Climate Change.
Yeah. International Panel on Climate Change.
And that's not precise enough. It's the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. The European Environment Agency, operational since 1994, has its headquarters in which European capital, the site of the 2009 United Nations Climate Change Conference?
Yeah, Copenhagen, isn't it? Copenhagen.
Correct. In 2005, which non-governmental organisation launched a campaign called The Big Ask, calling for a new climate change law in the UK?
It would be... Greenpeace? Yeah, it would surely be Greenpeace, isn't it? Greenpeace?
No, it's Friends of the Earth. We're going to take a second picture round now. Your picture starter is a photograph of a stele or an inscribed stone slab. I want you to give me the name of the civilization from which it originates.
St Anne's Moody.
Maya.
Mine is correct, yes. For your bonuses, you're going to see 3 more stele, this time from ancient civilizations. I want you to give me the name of the civilization in each case. Firstly, for 5 points, the ancient civilization represented by this one.
Sumeria?
No, that's Phoenician. Secondly,
Is it possibly, but or is it ancient Egypt? Okay. Sorry?
let's have an answer, please.
Egypt.
No, that's Akkadian. And finally,
That is. Is that just stone, isn't it? Yeah. Egyptian.
that is Egyptian, yes. Another starter question. In the 1860s, which French scientist demonstrated the germ theory of disease by...
Pembroke Pugh.
Pasteur.
Pasteur is right. Your bonuses, Pembroke, are on mononyms, or people known by single names. In 1718, shortly after his release from the Bastille on charges of writing satirical verses about the regent, the writer and philosopher François-Marie Arouet adopted what name?
Voltaire.
Voltaire is correct. With the first name Sidonie Gabrielle, which French writer whose first book appeared in 1900 became known by her surname, which she adopted as a pen name?
Maybe Colette.
Colette.
Correct. Born 1783, the French novelist Marie-Henri Beyle wrote The Red and the Black and the Charterhouse at Parma under what mononym adapted from the name of a Prussian town?
Stendhal.
Stendhal.
Stendhal is correct. Another starter question now. The Royal Titles Act of 1876 made Queen Victoria Empress of India to ensure she wouldn't be outranked by her daughter, Princess Victoria, who was married to the heir to which...
St Anne's McGee.
Germany.
Germany is right, yes, the German Empire. Your bonuses now are on an item of apparel deriving from a Greek term appearing in the Gospel of Mark. Syndenology is the term denoting the study of what specific item? Let's have an answer, please.
Don't know.
It's the Shroud of Turin. In the Odyssey, for whom was Penelope weaving a shroud while she waited for the return of Odysseus?
Odysseus.
No, Laertes. Odysseus' his father. Of which country has it been remarked that there were parts of it where the only concession to gaiety was a striped shroud?
Is it Saudi Arabia? I don't know. Saudi Arabia.
No, it's Wales. You'd know if you've been there on a Sunday. Right, 10 points for this. Which geological period of the Mesozoic era derives its name from the Latin for chalk, followed the Jurassic, and ended with the most recent mass extinction event in...
Pembroke Mukherjee.
Cretaceous.
Cretaceous is right. Here are your bonuses. They're on understanding in the words of the King James Bible. In each case, identify the book of the Old Testament in which the following words appear. Firstly, for 5, and God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore.
Kings.
Kings.
Which one?
1.
It is the first book of Kings. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favour to men of skill. But time and chance happeneth to them all.
Job.
No, it's Ecclesiastes. My mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding.
Maybe let's go Genesis.
Come on.
Genesis.
No, it's the 49th Psalm. 3.5 minutes ago, 10 points for this. Clare, a persona outlined in gold on his golden ghost's urn, is the name given by which Turner prize-winning artist to his cross-dressed altar...
St Anne's Moody.
Grayson Perry.
Grayson Perry is right. Your bonuses, St Anne's, are on a shared prefix, its name having the same Latin source as the adjective ebullient. An ebullirometer is a device used in physics to determine what quality of a solution...
God knows.
Effervescence.
Come on.
Effervescence.
No, it's true boiling point. Ebullioscopy is a technique for finding what quantity of a substance by means of measuring the extent to which it elevates the boiling point of a suitable solvent.
Pass.
No, it's molecular weight. In the phenomenon called ebullition, what is formed in body fluids as a result of greatly reduced barometric pressure?
Bubbles.
Bubbles is correct. 10 points for this. Listen carefully. Answer as soon as you buzz. Given a source of 120 volts generating a current of 3 amps, what in watts is the instantaneous power of the system?
Pembroke Gold.
360.
Correct. Your bonuses this time, Pembroke, are on a philosophical movement. Bertrand Russell is considered one of the founders of which movement? He produced the version of symbolic logic on which it relies, and he was the first to apply it to the problems of philosophy.
Analytic philosophy.
Analytic philosophy?
Correct. The birth of analytical philosophy owed much to which Austrian philosopher's emphasis on the logical structure of language and how it shapes and limits what is said? Let's have an answer, please.
God of Fish?
No, it's Wittgenstein. The limits of my language mean the limits of my world. This expression appears in which work of 1922 by Wittgenstein?
Tractatus Logico-Philosophus.
The Tractatus Logico-Philosophus, yes. OK, another starter question. The spelling of which single-digit number has an anagram that is a colloquial or dialect word meaning anything?
St Anne's Phillips.
2.
2 is right, yes. As in out. Your bonuses now are on hotspots, St Anne's. In genetics, a hotspot is part of a chromosome that is particularly susceptible to which process?
Mutation.
Correct. Which US national park is located mainly in Wyoming and lies over a geothermal
Yellowstone.
hotspot? Yellowstone is correct. Using a pair of infrared cameras to detect heat produced by friction. Hotspot is a technology introduced in 2006 in the televising of which sport? Quickly.
Football.
No, it's cricket. 10 points for this. Reaching a depth of over 8 kilometres, the impact crater Hellas Planitia marks the lowest point on which planet of the solar system?
St Anne's McGee.
Mars.
Mars is correct. Your bonuses now are on medicine. In each case, give the common name for the diseases caused by the following microorganisms. Firstly, for 5 points, I want the 2-word common name of Bordetella pertussis. Quickly.
Nominate Duffy.
Yellow fever.
No, it's whooping cough. Second, Treponema pallidum. Come on.
Pass.
It's syphilis. Finally, varicella zoster virus. Come on.
Veins.
No, it's chickenpox. 10 points for this. In the Greek underworld, from which river and at the gong, St Anne's College, Oxford have 140, Pembroke College, Cambridge have 205. Well, you're going rather well there at the end, St Anne's. It's possible, it's very borderline whether 140 will be enough to bring you back as a highest scoring losing team, but who knows? I hope we'll see you again. Thank you very much for taking part. Very convincing performance from you guys at Pembroke, Cambridge, so we shall look forward to seeing you very much in round 2. I hope you can join us next time for another first-round match, but until then, it's goodbye from St Anne's College, Oxford.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Pembroke College, Cambridge.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
The unseen and bloody battle for Syria inside the secret revolution on BBC One now. Right here, Lorraine Pascal's back, bringing autumn comfort to BBC Two. The new series, Home Cooking Made Easy, next. And facing life and death, the officer recruits at Sandhurst on BBC 4.